questions.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Princeton on the year that they turned in. I thought when we faced them in February, they were trying to fit the pieces together. And I thought certainly through Thursday of this week, they had done a nice job, and certainly a worthy team that we had to truly prepare for. And I think we did a pretty good job of sticking with the game plan. I think all week long, we just asked the guys to be who they are. We're a pretty good team. And I think that we didn't need to try to do things harder, faster, or better. I think we just needed to embrace the competition that we had. I think we did that. I think we looked forward to the opportunities to be in big moments. I think every one of the guys that were on the court came up big at times. And it's easy to say that when you look at the scores being 14, 18, and 21 or 22. But I think that's what made it that way. So it was a great way to springboard into whatever faces us in about 10 days or so.
Wait, you need that water now? You need that water now? I saw you look.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, we'll open it up to questions.
It's already open.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, but thank you.
For you guys, how much of it did you want to just leave no doubt with this match that, no chance for error like, last year?
Yeah, revenge is pretty sweet. So it was always lying in the back of our heads, but we tried to never keep it like something that we always thought about. It's always like, it happened and everybody knows it happened, but we never wanted to have that as our main drive. We kind of just want to have our main drive as being the best team we could and beating every team in front of us. So.
Next week, you guys are headed into the NCAA championships. So how are you able to kind of give yourself time to really be excited over tonight's win, but still start to focus on next weekend?
I think we kind of already talked about it in our locker room right after, and it's, hey, enjoy it for kind of this the rest of tonight, tomorrow, and then as soon as we get in the gym on Monday, it's kind of heads forward onto NCAAs, because you want to enjoy your successes, but there's still more in front of us. So
over the next 10 days, what's something specifically you guys are going to be working on in the gym to prepare for the NCAAs?
Nothing. and I think, in fairness, that question, how many times has it been asked through the year? This is not an adjustment period. This is, we refine what we do. We believe in our strengths. We make sure we're on the same page with each other in certain situations, but it's not we don't adjust. We're ready to play.
Coach, this is your EIVA title number 24 of your career, I believe. How does it kind of feel to be back on top after maybe a couple of years off that?
It's always great to be the champion. It's good to be the king. And I think these guys will wear the crown pretty well.
Coach, you guys did an amazing job in limiting Penn in only 5 kills tonight. How do you think that overall defensive effort and energy coming into this special game?
Well, that's a great point. That was really the point of emphasis in preparing to play this team. That we knew Ben's a great player, good arm, great serve. We knew that they would look to him to stop the runs that they were in. They would look at him to score points. I thought we were in front of him pretty well and touched a ton of balls. He's going to get his kills, but I thought we made it a long day for him. And, hats off to him. He just kept coming at us, but I thought we kept answering it.
You guys, how heavy was the focus on making sure you had the surface pressure the whole game, whether or not you had the aces, but you were keeping them off the net, keeping them maybe not necessarily in the three pass?
And I think that's been our focus all year, is focus on our serve and pass game, and our serving game was very good tonight, and our pass game was phenomenal. So that makes it a lot easier for us in the matches.
Brett and Cal, how do you think the chemistry with this Cole on the court is going to help you guys continue to succeed in the national championship?
maybe a little. No, in seriousness, I've played with him since I was 16, and Cal's played with him for the past 4 or 5 years, so, I mean, it's kind of just trusting in what we do and knowing that he's gonna put the ball in a great place every single time, so.
Pav, how's Toby?
I think, you know, given what he can do and our treatments, I'm not ruling him out. I think he's in a position where we could see him down the road.
How far down the road?
How far is it to Fairfax?
Anything else? Well, what are you looking forward to most in Fairfax? National championship?
Winning the national championship. That's about it.
Last year, I think one of the questions you got asked was, you know, state your case to try to get one of the at-larges. This time, can you state your case for being a top 2 seed?
I think you can, but I think in all honesty, soaking about 2 to 3 other teams there. I think the top 4 teams as the pollsters saw them this year have all pulled their weight. And I think when you look at the 9 criteria that the NCAA looks at, you look at it and say, okay, how does, if you want to go down that rabbit hole as an amateur with that, where does that put us? It's going to be close. I just know that we're ready to play whoever we're facing.